Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into a real end-to-end Python project, something you can proudly add to your business portfolio. This project is based on a real report I've been building and sharing every week at my company for the past 5 years. Of course, I've recreated here with a mock data, a fake tech company showing how their forecast, POS, and replenishment orders trend over time. I used to do this in a messy Excel file, non-tabular, manual updates, week by week, pure pain. Then I discovered Power Query, and now with Python, what once took hours takes seconds. This is a real CPFR style solution, automated and ready to run. So stick around, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps more people find this video. And if you want the code, the link is right in the description. Alright, coffee in hands, roll up our sleeves and let's jump right into the laptop. So here we are, friends, right once again. Today I'm gonna walk you through this project I did. If you haven't seen the movie industry data analysis that I did, it's a really good one. I encourage you to watch it and try to do it at the same time. The project we're gonna work today, it's a little different. Let's call it KPIs, performance, and then we can do overview. Bye. That will give us a Jupyter notebook, right? So close this. That way we have more space on the screen. Let's start by loading libraries and files. So now that we have that, we'll select the kernel using this one. For that, the first thing I think I'm going to import for this training, it's going to be the import pandas as PD, as always, right? Oops, I'm still on Markdown. As PD. Then I'm going to change this to Python because that's what we're going to be using. Then we're going to import NumPy, NP. Let's import from lib, import path, even though I think I didn't use this one. Let's skip that one. Okay. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. And let's import from matplotlib ticker, import func it's for formatting the millions and hundreds and all that. But we're gonna have two main files here. One is gonna be our data frame, or this is what we will call our table. It's gonna be our fact table. It's gonna be pd read CSV because it's in a CSV file. Here's inside we're gonna have the location. Then we do the other one. It's gonna be the notes equal pd.read. This one is in Excel file, and then inside, as I said, we're gonna add the notes. So I'm gonna go here to this file I have saved here somewhere. I'm gonna copy the address for this file, and then I'm gonna copy the second address for this other file. Now for this one have different sheets inside. So I'm gonna do sheet name equal sheet 1. And if I run that, that should load the data. Perfect. Now let's check the data. Let's do a data frame.head. It gave us Walmart week, brand, weekly order cost, shipped at cost, this year POS at cost, last year POS at cost, weekly projections, POS quantity, this year replenishment stock. So we have several KPIs there. We're using the replenishment. Let's do shape, and it's saying that it has 368 rows and 12 columns. Let's keep looking to see what side we can get. So Walmart week, look, it's an integer. Brand, it's an object. Weekly order, it's an integer. POS, quantity percent change, that's a float. That's good. Let's see. Scribe. Just looking at the data to see what we can get from here. Looks very clear. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna data frame dot shape. Let's do head or sample. Let's try with sample. It's gonna give me one sample of the data. I can do maybe 5 samples of the data just to see how it looks like. We have different. You see here we have the index, and then we have all the different ones. So here we see that we have like Contact, Etherlink, Technologies, Intravision. Course, like these are companies that they are fake. It's some data that I asked ChatGPT to modify and change. And then we have the Walmart week here for a time range, which is good. So I think we're good. Right? That let's start now by start transforming data. Let's think about what kind of transformations we can do to this data. Let's start number one. So we see here that we have different brands. I think that the first step is create a filter that only shows what brands we want to really have, we want to really analyze, because we don't want to see all the brands. We want to see specifically the brand we're going to work in. So let's do brand equals, let's copy one of these ones. Let's try with Sintravision here. That's going to be our main brand. That's what we're going to work, because we don't send the data all together. We could, but we don't send all the data all together to the leadership. We send it, break it by brand. That way they can analyze by brand, and they can make decisions by brand separate. And then the second thing we can do is focus on create a time range, because this could have like 20-30 weeks. Let's do a last 13 weeks, and for that we can first, we're gonna be that data frame gonna be Walmart week, which is that one, this one here. And then we can do, I think I missed the K here, drop, duplicate, and we can do select the largest. Let's work with the 13 weeks. Then we will do a sort values, sending equal true. And then after we delete all those rows, the index is gonna be changed. So let's reset index, drop equal. And with that, we can create a copy. Yes, this is going to be a different copy. It load means that it worked. Now that we have our main filters, then we can filter our data. So we know that we want to work with a brand. We know what we want to work with the last 13 weeks. But our data is still there. I mean, if we haven't done any change yet, if you look, but we still have Neurovolts, everything linked, contact scene tracks. I think I'm gonna start copying them here just for having a reference. So I'm gonna start with Neurovolt. The way if in the future we want to change brands, we can copy it, change the data. Neurotechnologies, Cantara, Labs, and Scene Tracks Vision. I think those are the main brands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So let's now start with the filters. Let's start by data frame is equal to data frame brand equals to our brand. So it's going to be equal to this one. Then, because I'm going to do and now let's think about how to connect this. It will be data frame, the Walmart week. Copy from here as well. So I like to have the data there at hand that is in 13 weeks. Now that we have that, then we can do a reset index. Because we want to reset. Remember, we are filtering everything, so we are removing, we are dropping a lot of rows. And then after that, we reset the index. Let's test it. So now we have system vision only. See, starting week 27 all the way to week 39. We have 13 weeks there, but see the index 319, 323, 327, 331. So we want to reset the index, drop equal true. Got the first error, drop, not defined. Yeah, it's equal, another. And now I 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have that. Now, that works perfect for the data frame, but also our comment. We have several comments. We haven't actually looked at the comments data. Let's look at comment head. It's not comments, it's notes head. And we have the Walmart week, the brand, the comment. So everything is right there. Now, when we are doing the comments, at the same time, we are filtering all our data here. We want to filter our comments. So what I'm gonna do is here come to notes equal notes notes. Let's see, rent equal then rent. So now when I run this, and if I run this one, boom, I filter specifically only for those that are the ones I'm in need. That's perfect. Works good. So now that we have that, let's try creating some functions. Functions are really good because it makes you not having to repeat the code over and over. So let's start by, let's call it helpers. And then the first function we will create, I think it's, let's do it define to percentage, percent. Then it's going to be a series, series, then equal to pd.series. And for that, we always have to create a comment. So I'll do convert percentage like string numeric percentage units. That will help. Now equal series that has type. Then we can do convert it to string, and then from the string we can do a replace. Then what we will do, we will check if it has any kind of percentage symbol, or maybe it could have, we'll replace it with nothing. Then rejects equal false and replace, and then we'll do the one with mp dot to make sure it's blank. S equal pd equal to pd to numeric s comma errors equal here's it. So what we're doing is it will then after cleaning it will convert to numeric, and if there is an error it will do coheres, which means it will set it as blank round to 2 decimal place. That should give us the perfect. Let's, before testing it, let's in here we can do data frame dot head just to see. We have for the percentage here we have bunch of decimal place. So what we'll do it will run up to 2 decimal place, which is good. Then for not having to enumerate everything, I'll do it data frame dot columns. Then I have all the rents here. Let's talk about numeric columns equals to, then I'll pass a list. I'll do weekly order at cost, ship it at cost, this year POS last quarter at cost, year POS at cost, projections at cost, POS year over year percentage, that's going to be a percentage. So let's stop here, copy all these ones, and then 0 prime stock. The next one will be this year replenishment stock, and this one. Perfect. We have all our columns there. Then next step, it's going to create the percentage columns. We can do percentage columns. Same thing, we'll pass a list, give some space here. This one is going to be, let's look at here. So we have POS quantity year over year percentage change, this year replenishment stock, and last year. It's very simple. That we have all those, we remove the extra comma, and then we have the helpers. That's good. Now, there is no helper if you don't create an action, right? So let's start with action. Let's start with for column in numeric column. This is what it's going to happen with the numerics. If column in data frame dot columns, so it's going to look at this list here. Let's start with data frame column. So what we'll do, it will pass the list, this one, and then equals, it's in parentheses because this is what start having actions. So it's going to do a data frame column. Then for that one, it will look first and will convert it as type, and then it will convert it to string because we want to look at the full value. And then from there, we can do a string replace, and we'll do the same. We will do an R string, and we'll check for dollar symbol, comma, and everything that has dollar symbol, just in case. I don't think that this data has. I think this data is very clean, but just in case, rejects equal true. Then if that's for there, and then we can end it up. If it's clean, then we can go to column pd dot to numeric data frame column. errors equal to hertz. So, and that's how it works. Now, why we are doing this step? This step it's key because there is two different type of CSV. There is the CSV, CSV is based on column value separator. So it's separated by comma. But there is another version of the CSV file. It's called UTF-8. What allows is to dollar symbols, percentage, and things like that. So sometimes some people they compress their data in in UTF-8 in a CSV file, and they get all those dollar separators, or they get the percentage symbols, and then we have to do those filters to clean that data. In this case, the data I got, it's very clean. We look at here, so we don't have any symbol. But what will happen if one of your coworkers extract the data and then they save it, but instead of save it as a comma separated value or a CSV file, they separate it as a CSV file, but with the format UTF-8, and then it compresses with all the dollar symbols. So when you run the code, it will give you an error because all this will have the dollar symbol and the comma separators and everything. So it's a good check just to do it, convert it to a text, and then after converting it to a text, you can remove any unnecessary symbols, and then after that, you convert back to numbers. It's very simple process. So now we have that. Now let's work on the other ones. For columns in percent columns. Percentage column equals. Now let's start working with these ones. Get some space. Percentage column. For that one, what we're gonna do if column in data frame columns. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna go to the column list and we're gonna check it. Data frame column equal to percentage percent to percent, which is the function we create, data frame, and then we pass the column. That should be it. We replace a string with regex. Maybe we forgot a comma. Yes, we did forgot a comma. We need a comma here. Boom. We have our code clean. Very simple. Okay, so what we have done here, we create a filter. We can remove this now because we're gonna check it now. Helpers, we create the four columns, and now we can check our data. After all those changes, we can do a data frame.head. And if we look here, so we have the Walmart weeks that we want to work with brand. Let's do a 50 rows. You will see that we only have 13 rows. See, from week 27 to week 39. That's our entire data. Brand, weekly order, everything is nice and formatted. Of course, numbers that were right. Here we have an error. If you see here, it's showing that the percentage change, the percentage, and that this year replenishment in stock is none. This is something we may have to look at. Let's look at this because it shouldn't. Let's clear all output. Sometimes this happens. So let's check. Boom. We read this one. We read this one. We read this one. And after that one, let's look at this one. So PO's quantity percent change this year. That's good. Then for this one, for columns in percentage column, it's this one. PO's quantity. For columns in percentage column, if columns in data frame columns equal to percentage data frame column. Let's check the function because that looks right. Let's check the function we create to percentage. It's here, something like so. Series as type, string replace with any, regex replace. So let's try to numerics as arrows coheres round to. It looks good. Let's try again. Something is not working right here. Okay, I think I found it. So we're missing here is we need a return s because after we convert to numeric, we don't just want to leave it blank. We need to return the numeric. So I'll clear all outputs, then run back again. I'll run this one. Check, good. That's good. And we'll check for the filters. Now we'll check for this one, and then we'll do the conversion. Then let's finish with looking at the data. Boom. We have all the data, 0.40. That looks good, that looks good. Perfect. So we have the data as we want. Great job so far. Now let's start plotting all this data. It's a bunch of data. We want to present it clean. We don't want to just present all those numbers. We want them to have a really insightful chart as they requested. And I'm gonna change this one to Markdown. I'll do plotting data. I'm sorry, that's not how you spell it. I think it is how you should spell it. But I'm pretty confident that that's how you spell it. So let's start working on this. The first we're gonna do, it's create a range. This is gonna be like our index. For that, we will do x equal. That's what we are using the NumPy function np.arrange range. And then we'll do we're gonna do a range of the length of the 13 weeks. So what it's gonna give us, it's gonna give you a list of numbers from 0 to 30. You look at x, it's range, invalid, decimal, literal. What I'm doing wrong here. Let's see. That should be good. Let's see. Maybe I mistyped something. Last 13 weeks. So let's try this. 13, that gives me that. And then what I want arrange is last 13 weeks. The true value of zero is ambiguous. Use an empty boolean, a item, or okay, right? So I'll do this. Boom. I guess I mistyped something wrong here, but it's x equal np arrange, and then what we want is to get the size of the last 13 weeks, which is gonna be 13 numbers, and starting from 0 to 12, we have 13 numbers. So that's a good. Let's add a comment here. Generate index. That's good. And then, so we have what we need there. After that, we're gonna start with our plot. Let's go here. Let's undo our plot. It's gonna be, let's create plot. Plot is equal to fig. It's left, and then I'll do a plt.subplot because we're gonna do, and then we're gonna fix size equal. It's gonna be a huge chart, so it's gonna be 14 by 6. That's good. And we can do a DPI equal to 120. That's good. Now, after that, let's talk. So we have the plot. That's good. It's set. Get me some coffee. So good. So we have our plot. Let's start working from the background up to all the way to front. So we can create the areas because we're gonna have. Let's see. Let's look at the data here. We don't have data, but it will be good to have it here just to data frame that. Yeah, to see what we're looking at. So we have two comparisons here. We have this year POS at Cody cost, last year POS at Cody cost. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add POS information, say area or a fill in the background. So let's start with that one. It's gonna be the axis is gonna be the left. We're gonna start working on the left axis, and then this stack, it's how it's used to be called in Excel. In Python, it's called fill between. And then, of course, it needs an X value, which is going to be our X. And then it's going to need a data frame. And then it's going to need a column. So will be this year POS at cost. I need to put this on the this year POS at cost. So we have that. That's good. Then to make it look nice, we can do alpha equal 0.6, and the label, you put everything together here. It's gonna be, let's start here because we are starting from the back to the end. Let's start with this one because we want to start with last year POS. Then we're gonna do last year POS. And then I had already selected the color formatting for my chart. I tried to go with some idea of what I like. This is gonna be the color for this one. It's good. And yes, well, perfect. And then let's go with X. Second X for this. It's gonna be left dot fill between again, and then we have the X and the data frame. It's equal the same, but this time we're gonna use this year POS. And we're doing the same thing. Alpha, this time alpha, we can do it a little lighter because we want to be able to see through it. 0.3, and then the label. So you see we are just writing the same thing, right? The same code. Label, it's equal to current year POS. Then for the color, equal, let's copy this color information I have here. And okay, so it says access object has not filled between, because I'm missing a double E. Boom. How do you think? You like it? You see this here? You can remove this by just putting plt.show. That will help you, and then it's clear. And I think it looks really good so far. So perfect. Now I'll keep working on top of this one. That way I don't lose that. So I have that give me the POS. Is showing, like for this example, POS on this per section here, 0 to 4. Of course, in the future, we're going to add Walmart weeks and all that. Here, it's saying that POS this year or consumption this year was higher versus last year. Then we see a lift in POS last year. And then we see like the same trend this current year. It's just this year, last year was like 1 week ahead. Then we have the same lift in POS. So it's kind of very similar. Let's now start with orders. How our orders, they trend. So I'm going to start working on our lines, and then still it's going to be left axis. How much we order per week, per day. So for that, we can do axis, and we keep working on left. But this one is going to be a plot. And then for that one, we have 3. We're going to do weekly orders, we're going to do shipments, and we are going to do on the line trend, we're going to do the projection. So what I'm going to do is do this 3 times. So these are going to be our 3 lines. And then I can start texting here X data frame equals something, X data frame equals something, and X comma data frame equals something. So that's what is going to be our X and Y. Let's start with weekly orders at cost, weekly order. Well, not at cost, weekly orders at cost. Talking about my company right now here. Then the second, we will do ship it at cost. And then for the third, we're going to do weekly projections at cost. That's going to be our 3 lines. You look here, I can do it. And then I have my 3 awful lines. It's all right. It's good. That means that it's working, but now we need to make it look pretty. Let's start with this one. For this one, we're going to use the marker. Equal, we want to have the marker. We want to have maybe the line with. I won't forget the D this time. The project last week, I was forgetting the D all the time. And label equal order. Can do order red comma pre-cuts, because we haven't done cuts yet at that time. So then the color, it's equal. Let's see if I can grab it here somewhere. It's good. You see, boom, we have that one. I like it. Now let's do the same for the second. So the second is going to be comma marker equal. Let's do the same because we are comparing the same thing. Then the line width, it's equal to 2, comma label will be, this is what it's going to be what is shipped. So it's going to be orders minus cuts. And then we have the color equal to, let's copy this, see how that looks like. I like it. Then for the projections, it's going to be a little different. For the projections, instead of using a marker, we're going to do, because projection usually comes in these continual lines, I'm going to do a line style equal that. That will give me the discontinued lines. And then, yes, we will add marker. I like markers. People, they don't. I think they look good. And then the line width, let's do the same thing with equal to. That will be good. And then the label, it will be further projections. And then for the color, to make it pop, we can get a green. Right? That would be good. Color, well, we do. That's starting to look good. I can select everything here, format cell, that way it looks clear and perfect. That start looking sharp. Okay, we have more work to do. Let's start doing a little formatting. because we are working on the left axis. So we'll do left axis formatting, and then you're gonna do dollars in millions. And for that, let's start with x underscore left and y axis. Now set major formatter. And here's where we use the function formatter that we added in, at the beginning, and then we can do a lambda v comma for everything on v. We want to format as dollar first, and then we want to do v divided by 186 could be, that give me the million, and then I'll do and then one decimal place f, that will make it a million. And then we can do axis left, we can do set label, it's set y label. We're working y right now, and it's gonna be replenishment POS cost. It's good. Let's see how that looks like. X left, set major formatting function. I'm here on the dot. I'm having the issue. Expecting equal or parentheses or yes. My bad. Okay, replenishment POS cost. What's happening here? We have format specifier, missing precision, left axis formatting. Look at that. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay. Like sometimes we type things wrong. So x left y axis. That's good. Set major underscore formatter. Left. Looks okay. Let's start by x left. So we're looking at the x in left x. That's good. Then we do a y axis because that's what we're looking, and then set major underscore formatter. That looks good. Function formatter. Then for the function formatter, we throw the lambda. Lambda, it's very spelled. V comma underscore. Looks good. F set y label. Good. Let's see what let's see if that works. Okay, so let's start with this one, and then okay, we having an error here. What about the second? So what we're doing here is what they call a process of debugging. So we know that we don't have error on this one, so the problem is on this one. So let's start by looking. X left equal dot y axis. Now set underscore major formatter. Let's type it again. Set major formatter. Something I have here wrong in the lambda. Some function formatter. Then we have lambda v comma underscore, and then we open that. Then we do an f string. For the f string we do dollar. Then here's where the formatting comes. Place b. It's b. I think it's this. So it's b divided by bn. That comma 1f. Let's try that. Boom. Now it is working. So I had an extra syntax error here. We figure it out. It's working now. It's perfect. Let's continue. Let's get some coffee. It's looking good, guys. Let's keep working. So we format into millions. Now let's start with the right axis. Right axis. And then for the right axis, we're going to work in percentage. So it's going to be right axis year-over-year percentage. Now let's start by doing a for that, comma, y in enumerate. So for xe, comma, y in enumerate. And then we're going to do a data frame. We're going to enumerate this. Last here, POS, we do projection, POS 180% change. We can do that. What will work? Percent change. Then what it goes. No, I'm sorry. Let's go back. That won't work. We have to do the axis first. So x right equal, let's do x left dot twin. What it's going to do, it's going to convert the axis to the same style it's on x. Later we will convert it into percentage. It worked. We can check that. It gave me an x right. Of course, I got an error. X right equal x left. See? Now I have 0, 0.2, 0.6, 0.8, which is, it's perfect. Now that we have that, we can go to x right. We are working on x right, x-axis now, we do x right, plot. And here, because we're gonna do x comma, data frame, it's gonna be this column here, this one. And after that, of course, we're gonna do marker. Remember, I love markers. Equal marker equal 0, comma, with equal to label equal. So this is gonna be something like, let's see, POS 180. Then it's gonna be percent change. POS quantity year over year, percent change. That's your work. And then we have the color equal. Then let's copy the color from here. Boom, 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 boom. And we copy the color. And if we try, oops, we got another error. Label, boom. Nice. So we have our, with this one, percentage change. Let's keep working. We'll add the legend in a couple minutes. It should look much better. So now let's start with data labels. Okay. Okay, so data labels year over year percentage, because we want to see the percentage change year over year. So we'll do for x, c, y. Now it's when we're gonna start working on the labels, y, enumerate. Then we're gonna do data frame, same thing. This here, and then for there, we're gonna start adding if pd dot not na y is not na, then x right text. We're gonna start sending. We're gonna send xe dot comma y comma, and then the formatting is gonna be y dot. That's in curly brackets. Sorry, to add curly brackets here, and if string, then curly brackets, then inside of curly bracket we do y dot 1f. That should work. And then it's gonna be in the center. Yeah, it's gonna be bottom. Then the font size equal 8. That should give us a good size. Now let's go. Let's try to see if that works. Enumerate invalid syntax. So what I'm having here is for x, y, in enumerate. I got another error here. Enumerate's not defined. What do you mean is, yeah, it's enumerate. Perfect. So what we see here is we have 0.4, 0.1, 0.9, 0.5. This is how our POS is supposed to be trending up and down in a percentage. Now we're gonna clean the axis like we did with this one. So we do x right. It's identical to this x, sorry, to the left. So x right dot y axis, right dot y axis, set major formatter, function formatter, then do almost the same as doing the lambda p comma, we do POS f, and inside of f we do b1f, and at the end we ended up with the percentage. That should give us percentage number. Let's see, I'm missing it here, 1. Yeah, that looks much better. Excellent. So then x right, set label, set y label. Then this one is gonna be POS 180, quantity year over year, percent change. Should work. POS quantity year over year, percent change. That makes a lot of sense. Now, another things we must do, it's always work on the ticks. We need to work on this one because we need to know what week are we. It is not just numbers, because this is not telling me anything. 2, what is a 2? What is a 4? We don't know. So let's, now that we finished with x and y, we can go to the other. Now that we finished with the left and right, we can start working on the ticks for the x. So x ticks for week labels. Let's start working on that. So how do we do this? So we have the x. Remember here we have the numeric for weeks. We can work on that. Second, the other thing we can do is we have the last 13 weeks. We add here somewhere. Okay, we have the last 13 weeks. That's giving me actually the value. If I dump the value here, after I do last 13 weeks, and I have the number. So what I have to do is connect the X index I have to this one, and that should give me the weeks for X. So let's work on that. So we have X left dot set X ticks. It's gonna be X, right? Now knowing that, that's gonna give me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. That makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't make sense until you do X left now dot set X tick labels. Now it's where we do it last 13 weeks. So we have the X, the 13 digits. Then now we're doing it, so we are labeling each digit. If you do here, that looks good. Well, it gave an error, sec tick X tick, of course. So I type something X tick labels. Now we have it, right? And it actually looks good. It's just for giving more space, we always can do a rotation equal 45. That make it look a little nicer. And then we can do the HA as right. You see? It looks much better that way. Now for this, remember, we always can, so what it's giving you the text. We always can do a plt.show, and then it will remove that text. Let's keep it that way. Now, okay. Chart looks good. It's perfect. It's presentable right now, but it's still missing things. It's still missing. We can do, let's try with X label. No, let's not do that. Let's think we can add a title. Yes, let's add a title. For the title, we can do, just leave it like title. Then for the title, we'll do X left set title. Sure. Now we can do F string because here will be, say, something like the brand, then POS orders projections. This is what we have here. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use the variable I use here at the beginning for brand. So I'll add it here. This is good. So we have brand here, and then I can do its POS orders, projection. That give me a nice title. So we are working on Sintravision, which is, like I said, it's a company that doesn't exist. It's something I generate using some help of ChatGPT, and I mock some data. For privacy, I cannot share my company data, but this is kind of the same idea that what I will do with my company projections, and then from there, let's start doing, because still we look at this, we have the title, we have the left label, we have the right label. We could even the bottom label for this. I don't see the need because everyone knows that that's the Walmart week, but we can set it up. But it's still, if I try to think, okay, what is the blue line? What is the green line? I'll definitely need a legend because this is a busy chart. And then what we can do is we can do a top, combine. And for that, we're gonna do H dot left and then left L dot left equal X left dot get legend handles labels. That will work. Then from that, we will repeat the same, but we'll do H dot right, right, L dot right, X is gonna be right. Get legend handles labels. Boom, boom, boom. That should help. We don't see anything yet, but we will see in a minute. Now for that, it's when we're gonna start X left the legend. Here we start H left plus H right, comma, L left plus left L right. Then location, it's gonna be in the lower center. And then columns, we're gonna do 3, and then frame equal true. Then the font size is something we can play with. Let's start with 9. Perhaps you forgot a comma. Yes, I'm sure I forgot a comma here. And I forgot a comma here. And boom. That looks good. So we have 3 columns. It's centered. It's frame and font size 9. I think I can go with 8. That looks good. And I think title font size equal 16. That looks bigger. That's good. Okay. So now we have that. It's looking very good. The problem is we haven't done anything yet with the data we have in, let's call it here very quick. We have notes.head. That's our notes, meaning that on week 28, Sintravision, which is the company we are looking at, it has a launch delay impact. Week 31, Sintravision order rebound trend. Like I said, these are fake things, but it's helping us to have an idea. So what we want to do is I want to be able to see the nodes here trending on the trend based. We can base on orders to see how it's everything traded. Make sure that we have the perfect comment for it. So let's start building that. That's gonna be comment. Walmart week comment. No, should be weekly orders comment. You can do that because this is gonna be focused on orders to make sure we capture every information of why our orders were high or where they were low. So we will start with maybe a for loop for everything on row in notes. That then want to go error rows. What it does, it will go line by line in the table. So I will start checking this one, this one, this one, this one. For each row, we want to do it. Let's open this a little bit. Week, it's equal. Let's convert to string. Then row.get. What we will get in the row, it's Walmart week. Do this, and then it's gonna strip if there is any space to make sure there is not. And the comment, it's equal the same thing. We'll do string row.get. Then we will get the comment. Then if there is not, will be blank. We will remove any blank space in front of the text. So now that we have the week, and we have the comment we need. We don't need brand because we know that as soon as we filter everything by brand. So it's only showing Syntrax Vision. If at some point we want to use another brand, we change the filter on top, it will change the filters. We can look at that at the end. So we have the comment there. Now, if not week or not comment, it's very simple, right? Continue. There's now much explanation to do there, but matches, it's going to be equal to np.where weeks.values. What is weeks.value? Weeks.value, it's, if you look here, where we set up our weeks, data from last 10 weeks. We set up some Walmart weeks here somewhere. If we didn't, we will need to set it up. Go. It's gonna give me an error because weeks is not being set up. So weeks equal to week, and then we get the 0. Let's try this. I'm gonna get an error, but I'm gonna get an error. If it has not had either row, yes, I know. Either rows. Now it's 1T only, either rows. Now week is not defined. Yes, I'll have to define weeks here somewhere. I think it's something I forgot. So after we load the comments and then we did all this, I think I forgot to weeks equal to data frame Walmart week. Then we do a copy. Then type we want as a string. Something we want to, now that we have it defined, we don't need to worry about. You see, we didn't get any error. Nothing happened, but that's a good signal. So now from there, it's where we will start checking. So, okay, so we have that. Now what will happen? Okay, so if the weeks on top, which is a copy of the current weeks, are equals to the week here. So if matches.size means that if it's 1, if matches, it's 1 xe equals to integer matches 0. And then for the y value, well, data frame, I want weekly orders. Let's see if I can see it here. Weekly order at cost. Maybe, yes, so we want to have this one here. Weekly order at cost. That's gonna be the size. Then I'll do the iLoc here to locate. See. Now after that, we need to handle the blanks. If pd.not.na, let's do a y val. Otherwise, left dot annotate. And here's where to start. Let's start with the comment. comma xy equals to, here's where we get the values for it. We will do xc, comma, and then we will do y value, x index with y value. Then we'll do a xy text equal to 0, 20. That's going to be the distance from the marker to the text or to the comment. Then from there, we can do text chords. We can do set points, work. And then this is a good one, arrow props equal, we'll look at the dictionary, and then arrow style equal work. That looks nice. And then the color for the line could be color equal gray. Yeah, that'll work. Then equal 0.8. Got a comma here. Then we need to do HH equal center, size equal 8. One color equal black. Should work. We got a positional argument, follow keyword argument. Okay. So what I'm missing here is, okay, so what we're missing, let's check here. 4x iteros week, that's good. Continue match weeks, if match size, xy equal match, that's good. Data frame location, if not an x value, x left annotate. Then we have the comment xy xe value, xy text 0,20, text code offset points, that looks good. Arrow props, dictionary, arrow style, color gray, that looks good. H center, font size, black. This one has to be here. Nope. So let's try with this. Positional argument. Not it should be here, but why is giving me the error? Okay, so annotate. Let's see if we remove this. Yes, I have to. Okay, so we have everything there. Now, if PD not NA, Y value, that should be if PD dot not NA, what value? So left annotate, that's good. And then we have the comment. Oops. Let's do everything here. Comment X, Y, C, and Y value. That's good. Comma XY text. Okay. So here it's equal 020 text coordinate offset arrow props equal dictionary arrow color gray last way. Let's see. Annotation object has not a proper font size. Font size. Boom. So now we have order rebound trend, supply ramp up phase. It is what we're looking here. Launch delay impact. That's perfect. So I think that's something we can share with the headquarters. I like it. This is something we can definitely share with our managers, with everyone. It looks clean. Now, here's where it comes the trick. We need to test it. It's working. We see that it works. But now let's clear all the output, and then let's go back, and then instead of doing SyntraVision, so you see that we clean everything. We're gonna change to NeuroVol systems. That's the one we want to look at. Clear all this out, and then we'll start from the beginning. Let's say run all. Boom, 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 boom. We'll look at this. Wow, now we have NeuroVol system POS orders projections. Then we have all the data, and what we have here, we have all the comments. For who? For NeuroVol system. We have component supply delay, we have channel restock search, we have forecast adjustment dip, and we have holiday boost. Let's see if we can look at another one. Let's look at Etherlink Technologies. Then let's do run all. See what we have here. Etherlink Technologies, POS orders projections. Then we have the comments here, supplier delay impact, marketing campaign boost, inventory adjustment phase. This is just, it's really good. It looks really amazing. What do y'all think? Okay, that looks good. And there we have it. From raw messy spreadsheets to a clean automated Python solution, all in one workflow. We took a real-world business report and normalized the data, added some logic for percentage and currency, and built a professional-grade visualization that combines orders, shipments, POS, and year-over-year trends, all dynamic, all in one chart. This is exactly the kind of project that shows real analytical values. something any CPFR analyst, data professional, or business leader can use to make faster, smarter decisions. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also learning Python or data analytics. It really helps the channel grow and let me help keep bringing more real-life business projects just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next project.